Welcome to the Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Erica Kane. You already know the big one, not the little one, baby. And
Period.
and who we got here today?
Big Slim.
Big Slim is back. Yes, she is, baby. So we're gonna jump right into this thing. Today we are talking about co-parenting. Ooh. I'm gonna be.
It's.
Go ahead, girl.
You gonna be what? Go ahead and say.
Look. I don't know. We gonna see where the conversation flows, right? Because I myself, as the parent, have never experienced good co-parenting. So I don't want. But I've never like downed anybody or anybody's situation. I'm just gonna. I probably really won't say too much about my experience because first of all, my children are grown. Who gives a fuck about their daddy now? Okay, and then exactly who gives a fuck about their daddy? And what you know what I'm saying? There's my even though I do think good co-parenting still can go into adulthood, not like Scrappy and Erica. They fucking, but
some people have to have it, I guess, to have that good co-parenting, but not.
You, both people want it. It ain't. I wish okay, Erica, stay focused. But I do think like good parenting can go into adulthood. But at this point, when your kids are over 21, they have their total own relationship with the other parent, whoever who's not in the home, and you still kind of guide. You might still have to guide that notion or whatever. Excuse me, y'all. But my youngest son, his father is dead. So, I mean, I tell people all the time, I ain't got no baby daddy. Like my kids is grown, and the baby I do get, shit, it's dead. It's up yonder. Yeah. So
I think I'm kind of seeing like both ends of it, to where it's like a healthy one, and then it's also one that's not so healthy. I have 4 children, and it's like split, divided, so it's 2 different. So, like, one of them is just really full-fledged, gonna take responsibility. You know, when I had my first child, I was young. I got pregnant at 17, had him at 18. Of course, we young. We don't know everything. We don't. It comes natural to be a parent, kind of, sort of, to care for them, to tie their shoes, to blow their nose. That's natural. But just being there full-fledged where the other parent don't have to take on everything full-time, it's just, that's a struggle within itself. It's like, what do I do? Especially if you don't have that support system from the family. Of course, everybody be like, didn't nobody tell you to lay down and have them kids? Of course. I thought I was grown. Of course, I'm going to take care of responsibility, but at the same time, you need that support as well. And seeing it from both sides, it's just like, wow. I can say I fed into a lot of toxic and negative co-parenting in the beginning, but as I got older, it's just like time out for that. The kids, it really do take a toll on the kids. The kids see this, the behavior affect the grades in school, to where they might not even want to just really truly be in school, or just be rebellious to teachers, to people that's going on. Especially, it's important for fathers to be a part of the kids' life, daughters or sons, for real, because I definitely think the kids need their parents.
Oh, most definitely.
And when they don't see that, it affects the kids big time. It really does.
I think you're right about that, and I know you got some preteen and teens.
My oldest is 14.
Okay.
And 14, 11, 6, and 3.
Like you finna go. I tell people the when you have kids, you think them little 4, 5-year-olds running around getting on them the best your kids ever gonna be. The less you have to really parent. That's what I'm gonna say. The less you have to really parent when they smile, because teenage years, they is just rough for every single body. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about it as a parent. I hate to see adults act like they forgot when they was children.
Yes.
You got all this stuff going on in your head. You're trying to figure out who you are. You want to be accepted in whatever friend group that you want to be accepted in. Right. It might not really necessarily fit your lifestyle. You're dealing with this. Now you got these hormones. The little boys, every morning, they walking around stiff as a board. They don't know what to do with it. Even the little girls, they might not be walking around stiff with a board, but they having all these hormonal changes, body changes,
and want to experience
and don't, and they don't know.
Growing.
Woo, baby. Woo, baby. But, and I think it's really important for both parents to be there. One thing like I said, this is not gonna be bashing my kids' father, but I have to keep it 100. I was really a single parent, and what I learned very quickly. But this is my personality, might not be nobody else's. Mine was, these my kids. I don't give a fuck who gonna do it, who ain't.
Right.
I gotta do it. I never looked for their family participation and help because the men wasn't doing it. So I knew, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and it never, and about time I say this all the time, by time when people, once them kids get about 3 or 4, you already know what you're going to deal with for a long time. Yeah. You already know. So it wasn't no need because I got stuff to do. It's very,
I can honestly say I wish I could. I was kind of the complete opposite. I really wish I kind of took heed to where, because I was the one, like, I was young. It's kind of like, I should have listened. You can't make nobody take care of their kids.
You sure can't.
I was kind of the one, like, I want my kids to have the dad. I want the kids to have the dad. Stuck around. I was with the oldest kid's dad for like 7, 8 years. So it was just something that was kind of just forced. But that's something that I really feel like I should have took heed. It's like, he's not going to do what he's probably do the bare minimum, which I can't not. That's what he's capable of doing. That's what he's capable of doing. But he wasn't the parent that stepped up. I'm going to take care of my kids. I'm going to be there. Like, even now, my oldest is 14. I called his dad one time. I'm like, I really need you. Like, he's 14. I'm doing this on my own. Like, I really need you. I don't get that healthy co-parenting for that. And I feel like bad sometimes for, like, this is the dad that I gave my kids, and it really sucks sometimes. So I really feel like that it's important, and I'm really trying to stress that it is very important for the men to be a part of these kids' life, and the women too, because there's some women that don't take part of their kids' life.
Yeah, it is. You know what? You ought to. Do you have, like? Cause I'm just gonna stop. Call.
Oh, I don't. I cut that off. Like, the last time he do things where he'll come in and out. That's what the part that I hate, the inconsistency. You can't come. I get that you want to reward them if they got good grades, but if that's all you're gonna do, like, they might need some drawers. They might be some socks. Something that I'm lacking in. Not saying I'm a perfect parent. I'm not just trying to act like I'm a perfect parent. But you don't come in and do what you're supposed to do. You just can't come in and try to reward them there. So I came to a point to where I just, like, I have to cut that off for my kids' sake, because that's not what they deserve. They deserve a full-time parent that's going to be there and not just here and there type thing.
Okay, I'm gonna give my opinion. Now, I just told you to stop calling. I just told you to stop calling, but don't let them stop dropping. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
I can't do it.
I'm gonna explain why. And I know what you're saying.
Because I've never been that one who's like, you can't do this or you can't do that, even through the spats and the fights. And I'm like, yeah, you can get your kids. Yeah, you can see your kids, but I'm not trying to deal with, especially if you don't have a partner that's going to push you to take care of your kids. And the partner is causing the negative co-parenting on both ends. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to do it. Because then I'm going to refer to what you said. I'm going to refer to violence. And that's not what I'm trying to do.
I don't want you to refer to violence. I don't, not in that situation. Because, okay.
So that's why I had to pull myself from that situation.
Let me put a big sister hat on. Let me put it on. So I say stop calling, because you at this point don't expect nothing. I'm not saying don't expect nothing, but don't not accept nothing.
Right.
Because what will happen is your kids are going to grow up and they are going to see the biggest picture of life. What happened when they was growing up. So even though, let's say I want to stop through and give them some because they great. Let them. Even though how you feel, every day your kids want they daddy. So even if it's 3 or 4 times after year he stop and do something, long as it ain't no drama, ain't no, let them kids get that because they've been learning for that every fucking day.
But that's also something that I want to teach my kids. If you have children, it's not okay to stop in and out, in and out. First of all, make sure that's what you want to do before you even go having kids. That's the talk. But that's not correct for you to stop in and out. That's kind of like.
But they gonna realize that one correct. They got feelings too. And when your boys get 18,
and they realize that already.
Exactly.
My 14-year-old don't even want to go around.
When y'all start having the sex talk, I don't know if y'all having the sex talk already. You incorporate that in there too.
Right.
But if you stop it altogether, like you don't, then one day they're gonna say, "Well, my mama didn't let my daddy and and whatever reason."
I did it for this long. I tried and I felt like I've been the one that pushing and forcing to try to get somebody to be a man, clearly, and I can't make somebody.
Well, that's why you got to stop pushing and forcing. I ain't saying what I'm saying.
I gradually stopped myself from doing that. Now I'm to the point to like
but
I don't even.
That
they
man
have cell phones.
Exactly. That man know exactly how old y'all children are. He know. You ain't got to call him and tell him everything. But if he call and want to see the kids, let him see the kids. If he call and want to bring something to the kids, let him bring the kids. Because even at the end of the day, them kids happy at that moment. But later on, they going to say, my daddy, he lived right in Little Rock and only seen us X amount of time. Like, I'm telling you, because my kids doing it right now. But I remember they used to cry.
Right.
And I never stopped. I never called. I never nothing. And this used to drive me up the fucking wall. This right here, cause we do family activities and stuff, mm-hmm. and we don't even. I don't celebrate holidays. Everybody know that, but we will go and do stuff cause they out of school. Mm-hmm. It would be the day before. Let's say it's Thanksgiving Eve. Here you come. You want your kids. We already packed up. They mindset somewhere. But you know what? Yeah. Gone with your daddy.
Yeah.
Gone with your daddy. Cause I don't know when the next time you gonna see your daddy. Even on the note of what if that's literally the last time they see their daddy pass.
Right.
You never know. So let them, even though you son of a bitch. Now, why you ain't say this last week? Because we about to hit the road. Now I got to stop. Wait. But the children want to see their daddy.
It's a thought, but he have to start there, though. It'll have to be a phone call. I don't chase. I ain't never chase shit. Now I ain't chasing no man, and I hate it. And I used to have to teach especially I got daughters. Mm-hmm. You don't beg a motherfucker for shit. Right. You don't. Don't. Hey, he not answer the phone. This enough of the phone calls. He see it. Stop. Right.
That I made boundaries like that. Yeah. But if it was something they wanted to do with their kids, even last minute shit, it would just, because I realized how I was with a kid, because I experienced such great parenting that I didn't even know drama happened in real life like that. I was just hit with like, what the fuck? Oh, bitch, you think I'm playing? But no, because and the dynamics is crazy. I'm adopted. I have biological parents and I have adopted parents. And my biological father, he has numerous baby mamas. I just said that a little wrong, but he had more than one. And so
Papa was a rolling stone.
Exactly. Wherever he laid his hands was his own. Hey. But not to differentiate the man, because we could go on about that. But the father, my dad is a father. I never seen my parents argue. Even my biological parents, mm-hmm. because I knew everybody from the jump. Even my adopted parents and my biological father didn't. Right. I never seen. I didn't know. I go over my sisters and brothers' houses as if they was my house. I call they mama, whatever. They didn't bother my mama. As a matter of fact, I call a whole nother woman mama. my godmama. And that never and this the thing. I'm one way, and my adopted mother, she's so loving, and that I took on her the whole environment versus DNA. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let me stay focused. What I'm saying is, like, I remember wanting. It came a time in my life where, because I had a biological father and I had an adopted father, I was kind of torn because I really fell in love with my adopted father first. They were my dad. You know, they both my daddies. And I remember I was torn as a kid. Like, do I? And I used to act like I didn't like him, my biological, because I didn't want to hurt my daddy feelings.
Yeah.
But I remember also feeling like I want to see my dad. Like, I want to see my other siblings and stuff like that. So even when the baby daddies pissed me off about that last minute and you want to do what you want to do. Now, I may say something to you, but you come get your kids. Because I know they won't
Still be like that.
still be like that.
I just, because it's come to where it's flipped on me. Oh, you only need me to babysit the kids. Like, first of all, you sound crazy for even saying that, because who babysits their kids?
You can't. Impossible.
Like, why would you say that? So I've dealt with it for his youngest child by me is 11. I will say 8 years, and it's just like to the point that I'm drained. I don't want to do it. I don't want to put myself in that predicament to even feel like I gotta refer to violence. I just had to draw my line. Like, and what really hurt my heart is this last straw. They got my oldest son a cell phone. Well, he did, and it was a few disagreement, miscommunication that him and I had. He went and got the son's cell phone cut off. I felt like that's a communication for you to have with your child. Something that you bought, something that you're paying for. What does our communication have to do with your child? I felt like that was just very negative. I feel like it hurt my son's heart because you know how kids feel about their little cell phones. They want to do on the TikToks and stuff like that. It was his way of communicating with me. I'm about to leave, Mom. I'm on the bus stop, stuff like that. Just for his safety and for you to go and feel a certain type of way about miscommunication. I feel like that's not healthy co-parenting. So that's why I feel like when I have to sit and explain to my kids, I'm not going to bash them. I would not. I'm not that parent. I'm not going to be like, he this, he that. He's not where can do everything he needs to do for you. That's why I sit down and it just hurt my heart to even have those conversations with my kids. So that's why I feel like I have to withdraw from stuff like that. Like my sanity, my energy, because that's not what type of energy I'm getting out, because I can have a blended family. I can go find a good husband can find me, and he can give that to my children instead of just waiting on somebody to come in and out my kids' life. It's a no for me. It's a no for me, and I get don't be that parent to keep your kids away from them, but it's just been too much energy for me to where I just can't do it. I can't do it, and then I don't want to speak too much on his partner end, but if I'm sleeping with someone and if I'm with someone, I'm going to encourage you to do everything you can for your kids. I'm going to push you, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to be bashing. I'm not going to take it to social media, because you have to remember you're a mom. You have a child. So how does that make you look going on and doing stuff like that as a mother, as a woman? You call yourself a woman. So that's another reason why I just like, I can't. And I get what you're saying, don't be that woman, but I can't.
I understand.
I can't do it.
I think for me, cause like I've been through the drama. I've been down through the trenches of the drama. I had one incident with the partner, but you know what? After we straightened that incident out, I stopped talking to him and started talking to the partner. I know that might not be your situation, but I'm just saying. I just stopped, and that seemed to have worked out better. But generally, like, I never had like a problem with other situations. But I don't know. There's something. It's really hard trying to, because I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but trying to understand. understand. And if that's what you feel, can't nobody. I don't know. I just really be wanting everybody to work it out for the children, because if he goes on and he got other kids and have more kids, I truly feel like God made siblings for each other.
You're right.
Right. And I just really be wanting people to work it out. And so even for me, my daughter, one of my daughters have we don't even call them step or nothing like that,
Right.
but her other siblings
Right.
that happen not to be with her dad, but they a blended family.
Right.
And I want her to have a good relationship with them as well, because at some point in time, y'all was raised in the same house, the same people caring and caring for y'all. So you need to have a good relationship with them. We
But
don't do that
it
step
take
nothing.
mature people, Erica. It really take mature people that's gonna step in and hey, we have children. It might not be with the same, but if we're gonna be a blended family, all the siblings gonna deal with each other. It take mature adults to come down to that communication to allow those children, because if the adults not communicating correctly, it's gonna affect the kids. And then what if they get together? Then it's a big argument. They fight. My daddy, this your daddy, this your mama. Then it starts with the
like
parents.
that.
It have to be a lot
be
of
that.
mature adults in the situation. I definitely see it can happen. It can happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen people that had kids outside of marriages. They got a divorce, but at the same time they came
stayed
together.
as a family,
as a co-parenting healthy way. I think it just the mature people. It takes mature people.
It definitely, and sometimes it take. Oh, I got something to talk about. You know
Don't
what?
hurry.
On the next, we finna get ready to wrap this segment up. But I did want to talk about you. Maybe finding the boys someone positive to look to, because right now in this time, these early teen, they really do need male structure, and that male structure
Positive male structure.
can come from anywhere, because
Uplifting.
everybody is not even blessed to have a dad.
Amen.
So it's still ways.
And then they might have a dad, but they don't have the dad that just can speak their life into the kids. Because my dad a little rough around the edges. I ain't even gonna lie, but they have dad, but they might not have their support.
Yeah.
Like listening to your story, how you have the biological and then the adopted parents. That's beautiful to just have all that surrounding around you.
And we just talked about what was going on with me earlier.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And that's a whole nother topic. I want to do that topic. Y'all don't. I want to do the topic about me being adopted and the trauma that it brought in my life. But even with that, that's why I'm saying the kids need somebody.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
But there's a whole and we talked about what was going on when I was your son age, and I'm a girl. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about trying to find some positive role models, what we can do with that. I'm gonna still speak to y'all about trying to get it together. She said she over, she done. It's nothing I can. It's nothing I could do about
I'm not
that.
gonna stop nobody, but at this point, the journey that I'm on is gonna take a minute to just be like.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. I ain't been smoking cigarettes on the break. I'm gonna smoke one. I got stressed. But we gonna come back. But at this, hey, do me a favor, go on like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then I also need y'all to drop down some positive co-parenting ideas, or some things that might help you be like 1, 2, 3. He's not gonna bother me, or her, because everybody's situation is different. So okay, we're gonna take a little break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Ladies Lounge. I'm Erica Kane, the big one, not the little one, and with me, it's Big Slim in the building, and we talking about co-parents, and we got a question that I want to respond from the first segment. We do a Facebook Live behind the scenes in this, and Mr. Corey says there's a flip side to this coin. Some women out of hurt and pain keeps the father away from the children and also poisons the children against the father. So when he gets to see them, it's awkward because of what's been led to believe. Okay? And look, I try to tell Slim, don't give up. Let that man see them kids, cause I don't want nobody to say she hurt. Right. And I know you hurt from the pain because we see what they don't see in the children, right. And that is a tough thing to be like, my child hurt, I'm hurt. You don't want your children to be hurt, but this is a life lesson as well. Most definitely. Everything ain't fair. Everything ain't easy, right? So that is true. And for men who are experiencing this fact in their co-parenting situation, this is what I suggest. The only thing I suggest is you go down there to a family court. Get put on the docket. Get you a lawyer. Put on the docket. The laws in Arkansas has changed tremendously. Okay, you go put yourself on that docket. And you ask for custody. Now, child support may come in play, may not come in play. There's ways around this child support thing for the men who the child support is the issue. That's not what we talk about. But you go down there and get your custody rights of your children. Now, when you say the mama didn't kept the kids away and you go get your thing, you have to spend quality time with your children. You have to let your children know exactly who you are. And when I say quality, don't take them over your mama house with the other family. Okay, your other whatever woman or whatever going on don't need to be around. Okay, it's you and your kids, and y'all talking about life. Y'all going out and doing stuff by y'all self, because I'm gonna tell you, when you put everybody in the mix, the kids still confused about who you are or what you do, or they just think when we go with daddy we going over grandma's house and we gonna go play with our other all that is fine and dandy, but create space so your kids can be free to talk to you. Because one thing about it, people can tell. I'm just going to use me and my kids. Somebody can tell my kids anything they want to about me. Just like anybody can tell my kids something. But I can tell you what they did and what they didn't do. Right. And so that's how the relationship should be with a father and a child. Yeah, you equally are the parent. Right. Don't let nobody take that away from you. Can nobody, and Lord, I don't want this to happen, Jesus. You know I don't. But if the people came, gonna say their name. If the people came and take my child, it is nothing I wouldn't do to get him back. Amen. Nothing. So when I hear men say the woman has kept me from my red flag. Because why wouldn't you be actively fighting for that potential relationship? Because you could say that when you get grown or whatever, but you don't want to instill that thought in your child mind, and then they grow up and repeat the same thing you did. Say, well, the mama. So I didn't see my daddy fighting for me. Right. So the mama, right. Because it's already evident that the relationship did not work. Okay, the relationship did not work. So now we on co-parent. So all that.
It's
stuff let go
though, because some men not just gonna do like you saying when they say kept from the kids. They're not gonna go that extra mile as if a mother would. I'm gonna do everything in my might to see my kids and take care of my kids to be there. Yeah. I mean, it's just a responsibility there. Yeah, it's where your priorities lie. And I do understand what Mr. Corey's saying, because I didn't think it for myself. You know, I always tell people, I might not like them. I don't like them. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But as long as in your mind you don't feel like your child is in physical, sexual, or mental abuse in the father, because let's get something straight. A man to you can be a totally different father to his children. You know what I'm saying? So even if you experienced it and you don't feel like, that, go on. I know it's hard. I know, just whatever. Just go, because we thinking about the children. Right. We're not thinking about how we feel. Now, I might cuss you out, but I'm gonna pack the bag and send them, motherfucker, because I don't like you. But the kids love you. Right. That's so.
we answered that from. Let me
Most
see.
definitely, most definitely. It's been a lot of good comments on here. I thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 501 Witty.
Yeah, you and somebody also said Yo said keeping lines of communication open. That's why I say yeah, do that, please. I know I'm pray. This is what I want. I want you to pray. And I'm right now. I'm praying for a softening up of my heart over a situation. I'm talking about something totally different.
Yeah.
But and it took me a while to do that. But I know them boys need some. So let's talk about some positive things that we can focus with the boys because they need it in teenage years.
Amen.
So do they play sports or?
Oh, they don't. Currently, they don't. I'm working with my oldest in school right now, so I'm getting him in some tutoring and some after school stuff like that. So I'm actually working to work towards getting them into sports. And being, I don't want to be like blame everything on being a single parent, but working my businesses. It's hard trying to do everything for 4 children. Mm-hmm. And I won't even say 4 children because I have 3. My daughter's dad takes care of her. So it's still hard. And that's why I say I'm thankful for that. And that's why I say I see the healthy side of co-parenting and the negative side. Because if it wasn't for him, I would have to, if he was one of those people that just be like, make me just do it all, and not step in and take care of what he's supposed to take. I think it would just been a hard road for me. It took me a while to get out of that dark space as just being a parent. It's just struggle.
Yeah,
I am working towards to getting them.
It's definitely like this balance game, and some people. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm a person. It's not that I don't like to be a parent. Mm-hmm. I love my kids to death. I do anything for them. But I'm not one of them parents that be like want to just talk about the kids all the time. The kids. Like I need a little my life. And it's a balance. It's a struggle to find that balance. But you have to find a balance because once either parent lose they self, that affects the children as well.
It does.
It affects the children as well. Have you, not to pry too much, have you thought about therapy?
Girl, I have therapy. I'm in therapy.
I'm talking about for the children.
No, I have not. No, I haven't.
One thing about, and look, I asked you this, and I'm not finna give such
I'm that therapist. It gotta go deeper than that, I guess. At this point, I think it needs to go deeper. She brought it to my attention. I'm gonna tap into that.
Yeah, because my kids went to therapy for many years, and initially when kids go to therapy, it don't even seem like you just going, but you never know what's clicking in them and stuff like that for later, So I know a lot of people like the kids because really therapy is something that somebody got to be open and willing to do or it won't work. Right. So a lot of people see their kids, struggle against it and just stop it soon. But I did it for years with my kids, them going to therapy. And I think they came out, we had other issues. We had it let them be able. Because especially in the black community, I'm old school parenting. And I don't know if there was such a great idea for them to old school parent us like that. I don't know. I ain't in jail, and I sure should be. But it's hard to talk to your parent because of all the course corrections. So if they can find an outlet to talk to somebody who got knowledge, not just to their friends, because their friends don't know shit. Right. They find, to talk to somebody who can guide them in the right direction, because that's what our therapists should be doing. They should be going and telling them, come on, let's join this gang. Right.
Let's hope not.
Exactly. And, because it might be some things they just don't know how to express to you. They feel like if I express it, I'm getting in trouble. Or, things like that. And then you hear a lot of kids later feel like I didn't want to put more on my mom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I suggested, do the boys got an uncle or something?
Yeah, we got pretty big family on my dad's side, but everybody's just so busy. Everybody had their own lives, and then I have to get out of that. I don't want to bother nobody else type thing. I don't want to put what I have going on, because these my kids. That's how I feel. These my kids. Of course, I'm gonna try to correct and guide them how I can best. But sometimes I just don't be want to bother people with my problems and whatever help that I may need with them.
Well, if you got a strong male family member, at least reach out and talk to him. Reach out, and because I was finna say, I know what my adopted father passed, and so I have a little brother who didn't grow up with a father, and I was just saying the other day, my brother went through trials and tribulations. Kids, get ready, buckle your motherfucking shoes. Kids do that. All kids go through things as teenagers, right?
Most definitely.
But my brother is such an amazing man, not to have had a dad, but there were strong black men in my brother's life. Mm-hmm. And so I'm I'm about to get him. My brother is one of the best men that I know. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, he was in Boy Scouts. My mom joined the Boy Scouts. That troop is gone. I don't even want to support the Boy Scouts after seeing the documentary. But them Boy Scouts in St. Mark was tremendously well black men. Mm-hmm. And my mom joined the Boy Scouts. She was a cub leader because she wouldn't let me join Girl Scouts, honey, because she said the people was molesting the kids and all kinds of stuff, which they really was, because when you watch the documentary on the Boy Scouts, I had to, so, but my mom joined the troop, and my brother is a full Eagle Scout now, and I'm just like, try to find something positive. Mm-hmm. For them, and I like to keep the children close. Yeah. That's why I say somebody that you know.
Yeah,
we ain't going to no new coaches or no churches. We ain't doing
that.
No, I don't like.
That's what I'm kind of like.
I understand, but I just try to find.
I have seen just a classmate of mine. He do a lot of motivational speaking around Little Rock local, and then I've touched bases with him a few times, but I just have to actually make it fall. I'll just be all over the place. But I've reached out to him before, so I'm definitely thinking about reaching out to him.
And Robert Webb is always doing something for the youth, like teaching them detailing
him and Chris as well. Yeah. So I'm tapping to that.
Just try to keep them in something positive and a little something. Let me get. I'm supposed to be reading. I ain't reading over here. Let me.
Chess is a good sport too. There's a thinker and they get them thinking mentally. I think that'll be a good game to play. Chess.
Find something positive they like to do, and this always, especially with kids, it's hard for them to figure out what they, things like that. But I know it's like really hard out here in this co-parenting world. You can't let the other part, if you feel like, because I don't want to, if you feel like you doing the right thing, especially the parent who have you is doing so much.
Yeah.
Bless your soul and your heart. Yeah. You out here really doing a lot. But I like to keep the line of communications over and do not block what they want to do. Even if you like this half-ass nigga, them kids really appreciating. Until they 18, till you ain't got to. You gonna have to. You're going to have to till you ain't got to, because you need to understand, just because you're making it happen and you have the means to, let's always be thankful that we have the means to take care of these children. Even if if they alive, they eating, nobody is harmed. Be thankful for that, because you just never know. People make things look a certain type of way all day long. Their man might not have it all together. I'm not talking about your situation. And some people need to understand that it's a blessing that person ain't in your child life. So don't be fuck that. I get it. But sometimes that's the best thing for your child. You never know what the other outcome would have been if they was there. And I think a lot of people forget that side. Because I know some people, I'm like, you talk about this and he's nothing. This motherfucker is on drugs. You want your kids over the junkie house? No, don't come. Like, but instead, it gives us validation, I think, for people to bash when you already know this, he can't do it. It's no way he could do it. How can he do it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate for women. I'm rambling now. I'm on it.
She said she
and I seen earlier. I seen you get emotional, and I don't.
It's a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, ooh.
But don't you ever be like, it's your fault that you chose.
Yeah.
No.
Should have listened, girl. Is what I should.
Well, yeah, we could have listened or not, but the good heavenly Father blessed the seed, so the child is here.
Amen.
The child is here. If it wasn't meant to be, it wouldn't be. And a lot of times, especially for me, I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a lot of baby daddies. I don't give a fuck. I got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. Well, it was like it didn't work. Time to move on. But
Life goes on.
My first, we was both young.
Mm-hmm.
We was both young. I didn't have no example of him taking care of a child or not. He didn't have one for me either. Right?
Right.
And me and my oldest, we really grew up together. Like, she remembers stuff when she was 2 or 3, which I feel bad for that. Because I was still growing, I hadn't matured. So it's some things blamed on me. It's some things blamed on him. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I couldn't bash her. And it was crazy things that happened. And till this, right now, she be like, Mama, I remember when such happened. I can't believe. She couldn't at the time believe this and this and that. No. But it wasn't for me to talk about it, because she gonna talk about it later when she get an adult. Yeah. You don't have to defend who you are, especially to your children. They're gonna see. Your kids don't even supposed to fucking like you. They don't. You know, your kids don't like you until they start experiencing life. Yeah. Don't ever
like, I'm listening. I know
yeah. So they don't even like you. Of course, they want to be with the other parent. They don't. They have so much high expectation for the motherfucker who ain't them. You know. So no, they not gonna like you. They not gonna like some of your rules. They gonna feel like you did X, Y, Z. But as long as you're doing the best, your kids will one day see. Yeah. Don't. I hate when you hear this all the time, and say you picked them. Hell, that motherfucker picked me, bitch. Hold on, wait a minute. Because people don't walk around with the descriptions of them on their forehead.
Amen.
Right? And also, people change. Mm-hmm. Situations change. Things are of that nature. Things change. Yes. As teenagers, we shouldn't have been having sex, but we was, and so was your mammy. So what difference does it make at this point? So this I don't want. I see so many women feeling like sad and try to overcompensate and do just do your best. Yeah. You can't even make your kids do shit. How you gonna make a grown motherfucker do something? You can't, and you just have to. Hey. That's what they say, train up a child in the way they should go. If they straight, they'll come back, bitch. They gone straight, but they'll come back. So you just keep on. Don't be out here talking about your daddy this, your dad. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. But now, because you're going to create a motherfucker who grow up and do the same thing the mama did, and you let's try to stop the drama. Now, like I said, I went through it. I'm calm now because I don't have to go through it anymore. But I went through it, honey. I understand both sides, and it, baby, this is
a struggle.
But
nobody wants to go. I'm just glad I'm just out of that dark space, like in the parenting. I'm gonna say parenting world. Like, it feels good to where I'm able to just navigate. Even if I have to do it on my own, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna deal with my daughter dad. He actually helps with my boys as well. He step in and do stuff, take them places, but stuff like that. I just like to say I'm glad I'm out of that dark space when it comes to that, because I just feel like, I had this kid, like you said, feeling kind of down, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. He got to make some shake.
Because you got to, because they hungry.
I'm gonna make it shake.
Yeah, because they hungry, and then they feet grow, and and we cry.
My 14-year-old wear my size.
My size. What size Joseph wear, honey? 15.
Oh, no.
He
See,
12.
No,
He 12.
you can have that one right there.
I don't want it.
I ain't ready for that one right there.
I'm like, damn, next size I got to order from something.
Yeah.
I can't walk in the store.
Not at all.
Jesus.
Not at all.
Co-parenting is a up and down battle. Honey, I was so... It can. We didn't...
It can be beautiful.
Tell us real quick. How many minutes we got?
It can be beautiful.
We got... Because we talk too much about the bad. Go ahead.
I think with the positive, the good co-parenting, you can get... you can raise your children to be upright with...
So, like, even for us, think about your image in your parents. Mm-hmm. We feel a certain way, right? It wasn't until I was a parent I started dissecting it. Hold on, let me take this away. Let me take this away. And then when I actually had the conversations with my parents that I need to have, right, I got their point of view. See, a lot of kids, they not aware that the parent is a person. Mm-hmm. They just think that's mama, that's daddy, and all this, you know, expectations is that they don't know that we are people. Yeah. Until they become a person, right, a whole one, not just a child, you know. And so that's why I think like talking about stuff, addressing things head on, and sometimes the best place is for therapy. Yeah. You know, because you know, sometimes we get to talk, you get to mad because you feeling what you feeling. And then they like, nah, that. But you like, nah, it was like that. Like that, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think like being able to, especially even though I seen great co-parenting, I still felt some way about all my parents. Yeah. You know, because I think what people they don't like when I say this, like your childhood trauma, your parents do play a part of it, but the part they play is the part that you don't realize that they're just a person. Mm-hmm. You're looking and expecting the parent list goes to the sky.
Especially us was born before 2000.
Yeah, the list of what the expectancy of, but what is real in that moment is different. Yeah. And so I done had to sit down and tell my kids, look, because one of them, I ain't gonna say which one, so jealous of Joseph. And I say, look here, baby, your mama was a different type of level of broke. I ain't got all the money now, but it was a different. Yeah. He's different. Mm-hmm. This happened because of this with child, and this can't happen. You know, my kids was like, what they call them, key kids.
Lock key kids?
Lock key kids. What's it called, producer? The kids that open the door with the keys. Lock key.
Maybe right. Let me look it up.
He ain't even paying us no attention. He ain't producing nothing. But anyway, but Joseph can't be that because he's special need. I can't. But and also because, like you said, you really don't be one. I be wanting to save the need for babysitters, even right now. You know, Joseph is with me all the time unless I'm here or some type of event that he really can't be. I take him to events.
It's called latchkey.
Latchkey kids. They was that. They was at home before by themselves when they don't open my door. Yeah. You know, before the age 12. But there was that. Baby, they even argue about how Joseph get name brand cereal and they had to get the bag. Well, baby, come on. It's more than that's. Yeah. But you know, that's how kids. Well, and so we have to have those conversations, and I think even for even how Miss Court think that, you know, the mother didn't poison. Sometimes the damage is done.
Is that really will bash the father and make it the father is the father.
But I'm gonna tell you, them all same women will not take accountability for the other relationships in their life. You'll see them bashing the friend, the granny, and one thing again, once your kids realize and be like, damn, this bitch got a problem with everybody. Maybe my daddy ain't so motherfucking bad because she can't get along with nobody.
Like the damage is done now. I don't know how old they are, but we were gonna say 15, 16. I mean, they still have to grow into adults, and like you said, when they experience those real life issues, they're gonna be like, dang, daddy really. Maybe when they have kids on their own and go
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
similar situations,
Yeah,
hoping
yeah.
that they don't,
And
they
that's-
will truly see that, dang, they ain't really tried.
Exactly, because
Right.
that's basically how it go. Nobody know, until you walk into them shoes.
Yeah.
Until you get grown, you be like,
Yeah.
well, damn.
Co-parenting is rough, though.
Is it? It
Well,
is.
you would know. You just living your life, baby.
But
she don't know about the.
Well, I'm not in it right now, but I got adult children I went
I
through.
can wait, but I can't wait till my kids be adults because
Girl,
that's my time to shine.
That's what you think. They even worse. I'm gonna tell.
Shut me down.
No, cause I was like, ooh, I had my little countdown. One of them 18, baby. I got 2 more years. Another one 18, and it was two. Because
they start calling you a little bit more mama.
Yeah, all time on my nerve. I just said Friday. Good Lord, how all 3 of them get on my nerves at the same time? It's only one in the house,
Right.
but I life hit differently. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have them out. I'm so proud of my girls that they grown and on their own. But the phone ring and the amount that they need is not just like the $100 for the shoes. It's the $800 for the rent. You feel what I'm saying? And I got girls, and I can't have them out there sucking dick and popping pussy for bills.
And on that note,
I can't have them out there. We gonna have to figure something out.
oh yeah,
you know,
don't pop it for pimp.
Yeah.
Don't pop it for pimp.
I'm just saying, but if that's what you choose to do, you choose to do it. But I just don't want mine to,
Look, if I can help it.
If I can help it, if I can make phone calls, I might shake a little jelly. I ain't shaking shit for them grown motherfuckers now, but
I might shake a little jelly.
I ain't shaking. No, you gonna have to do that. But you know what I'm saying, it's different. It's different. If they call you a real life decisions and you try not to pour too much on them, cause they still gotta make their decisions.
Yeah.
It's a different structure.
Right.
But Slim, you was telling us some good stuff about the co-parenting.
Oh wow, that's a compliment. I thank you.
What you say?
I think black women like Slim make it look so easy that it is hard to believe that she's actually struggling to get the things done. It's a hassle now. It's a hassle. It's definitely a hassle. No, for real. Like, I cry at night. It's been nights I cry on my pillow, like to where they might come knock on my door and I gotta wipe my tears real fast.
Baby,
I want them to see me crying. I gotta
that's a
snap
fact.
out of the crying mode and act like ain't nothing wrong. Like, it's definitely a struggle. I mean, that's the behind the scenes, behind the doors, but it's definitely been hard. Like, for real. But it's beautiful. I feel so good. Like, it's just a wonderful thing. I just think, I don't pray as much as you say, but my journey, I manifest a lot. I write things down, things that I'm going to eliminate from my life. Just anything negative, I just take it away. I communicate with my kids. I love the relationship I have with my kids. I do a running joke. I go around the house. Am I mean? Yeah. Am I mean? But they really, like, I have a where they can talk to me. And that's what I really like about my kids. My kids don't. I know we probably put our kids on the pedestal. You think your kids this, your kids good, but I honestly think I have some good, well-mannered boys. The boys that I'm raising, my girl, she's beautiful. Her dad is taken apart, so I just keep that communication. I have fun with my kids, and I just think it's just having that communication, because that old school, you can't say nothing or you can't tell me how you feel. That's not gonna get us nowhere. Not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime. So just keep it positive and an open communication with your children. I think it's best.
And everybody don't be talking about the other parent, even the daddies out there. Don't do it. Say them conversation when they totally not around. You can vent on how you feel, but don't vent to your kids, because there's too much weight on them. It's too much weight for them. But
I can't vent for my life. What I got going on, I wouldn't dare.
I'm just at the age now that, I said the age, they're at the age to talk about anything. And I tell them a lot of stuff that I've been through that they don't know, because they always see me as mama. And recently, somebody told one of my daughters something, and she was like, Mama, it really kind of upsetted me. It only upsetted me is because I don't mind them telling, but it was the fact that you told them in a way to like throw my past up. You know what I'm saying? Cause this shit was, and even though I said, girl, this shit is so long ago.
People love the past.
You know, I was like, girl, I ain't thought about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, communication with the kids.
Yeah.
When they're young, you know, age appropriate things, even, you know, all of that.
You said age appropriate
Conversations like even, you know, I started talking to my kids about sex very early because, you know, I got the toys or whatever and we expound on things, but it was appropriate. Now, I got one child that tell me too much about her sexual business, but I just listen because you got to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather her tell me because I ain't going to run off and tell her business. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then I got one of them that's still approved and the nose stuck in the air like it's nasty, but you got a whole baby, so it can't be that nasty. You know what I'm saying? So it's just appropriate for what needs to be. Right. Be on. And even right now I'm trying to, even with Joseph, I have an autistic son who's nonverbal, and I'm trying to get him to understand and me understand what is going on with him going through puberty. It's we passed the sex talk, but I really never thought to have it because he's nonverbal, but the actions is showing we need to communicate about this. Sir, you at a standstill.
Let me just ask one question before we leave. So you say your daughter's dad, your children, your girls are adults. Do they have a relationship with their dad? How do you feel about? You said they come to you and talk about a lot. Yes, I'm sure they're not gonna go to dad and like this. What I've been doing. How do you feel about you not having that co-parenting to where they can go and talk to their dad as well as much as they talk to you?
Well, my oldest daughter, her dad is present in her life. I don't. That's all I want to say. I don't want to speak on it because I was gonna do but I don't know if she's 100% happy with it or not. Like, I asked about her other parents, and you know, because they just spent Christmas together, and we talk about this about it. I don't know. He didn't help her with some bills. I mean, and that's where I leave it because. Okay, great, good. You know this. You know, but I'm never like talking down about her other side of the family, and then I'm like, okay, your dad and them doing good. They can't, you know, we just had a little conversation. Like, if your homegirl went to her daddy's house for Thanksgiving, you know what happened? Boom. My other daughter has no communication with her father. It's way more deeper than just bad co-parenting. It's way more, and haven't had for a very long time. Whole different situation, and so I don't know how she actually feels about that. You know,
not to be in your business. I know they come to you a lot. I mean, because they're girls, and of course they're gonna want to talk to mom and stuff. Do you feel like if I had that equal co-parenting with their father or with their dad, they can kind of say dump some of the stuff, their life traumas and what they're going through on their dad instead of just all on me? I gotta take it all. I gotta give all the advice. So how does that make you feel like?
Well, see, you got to look at people's relationships. I think even if they had the best, I don't tell my daddy none of the shit I tell my mama.
Right.
And I got a great, and I could tell my daddy whatever. We joke about the erotic zone, about the ladies. We joke, you know what I'm saying? I could. But I still think, you know, it's a lot of stuff I'm going to tell my mama first. Right. My daddy, he baby us too, but in a whole nother way. So if I'm feeling emotional, I'm calling my mama and crying because my daddy gonna make a joke and tell me, you know, you just know the relationships with the people that you have. But so I still think no matter what relationship that your kids have with their father, y'all still have a relationship too, and they're gonna continue to behave as the first line of defense is mama. Right. They still gonna do that. Yeah, because I can say I'm just call my mama first. I'm gonna call my daddy and tell my daddy too. But I probably gonna like my daddy. like he treat us like, but he treat us like tough. That's how my daddy like we had to be tough. Like my daddy was a boxer. Like he made us fight. So it's different. But I always had a good relationship with my dad. I mean, every time I got pregnant, I was so scared to tell my daddy that I was pregnant, and I was grown. I was 30 with Joseph, and I was daddy, I got some. Because because it's still my daddy, no matter, and so and my dad always like, I'm here for y'all, but I will go to my mama first, and I so, but I think that would, and so, like I said, she got a good, I wouldn't know what she categorized, because that's her category, but I know he's there, he's present, she called, he send her money sometimes, I be shocked, but. Shout out my baby daddy. And you know what? Let me go on. Shout out my baby daddy. I ain't gonna say his name. My baby daddy, he started a construction business. So I don't even know when, but I know he got one and he's doing well. And so shout out to that. So yes. And his lovely wife and other children. So but I still think they would find a way to still give you everything. Okay. But once they get older, it'll change the relationship and how y'all talk to each other. It'll change. You still be their motherly thing, but now they coming to you as a friend. And so they still gonna tell you everything. Well, I take that back.
I just be like,
That's on your resume. Secret keeper. What should I do about this girl, all that. They gone forever, cause you mama. Yeah.
And that's what therapists come in play, because you gotta suck it all in and listen to everything, just from here. Ooh, baby. It's a lot, especially this 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And him liking the girls and stuff.
Oh, I mean, they all do.
She said, "Oh."
I just, they all do. You can't help that, girl. I guess you gotta talk about how babies come and responsibilities and.
Y'all help me out. Y'all drop some tips or something down in the comments or something. Cause what I'm gonna do, Erica?
You gonna talk to him. You gonna get that You gonna go get that cucumber. You gonna go get that condom, and you gonna show him how to put it on. You gonna give him some at his own discretion.
Oh my gosh.
And you got a lot of boys, so let me tell you what you gonna do. You gonna go buy a whole bunch of them and just put it somewhere that you don't normally go, that they go. And then, check it over so often. Do y'all need some more? But you're gonna have to talk about it, because
I know. Look, I know. I'm nervous. I know. We ain't even having a conversation. I'm nervous, Erica.
Don't be nervous. It's life, baby. It's life. And I really think women, I know that's like the man thing, and that's cool, producer. You can chime in on this, because you ain't chimed in all day. So I feel like men and women should have the sex talk with boys, because it's a different perspective from women than men. Mm-hmm. Right? So I think they both should have, even, you find you a man, but you still talk to him. Let him get from your point of view, because I don't know what men say in the sex talk. I just think it would be some macho.
People at home can hear me, because I have the mic nearby. I'll speak up so they can hear me. I would say when I've already had an initial conversation with my boys years ago, when they was, when we were co-parenting at a better rate. Yeah. The current climate is they're away from me currently. But I did have initial, they know where babies come from. They know how it happens. How it happens. I would just tell them if they have further questions, just come talk to me, and and we're gonna, because they, my oldest one, he gonna be like me in regards to. It's gonna be a fun time for this young man. I'll say that. And I know he gonna probably have no issue, courting women in the sense where they gonna like him, they gonna find him attractive, he gonna find him attractive, and then we're gonna have a discussion. I'm of course make sure I lead with respect, no means no, stuff like that.
Okay. That's very important.
Yeah,
that's very important.
Because that's in today's climate too, especially no means no. Mm-hmm. No. And also just be careful how you talk to people via text messages now, because that can be traceable as well. The words mean everything. So yeah, but I do agree with you. Women or mothers should also talk to their boys because young girls are different than young boys, and a woman would know that more than a man would.
Especially, because my thing, especially on that aspect you just touched on, no is no. Only because sometimes when y'all young and things start happening, it may be hard for the gentleman to stop because you
Hormones.
yeah, the hormone and
It's brand new
to
territory.
yeah. So that type of situation, and also no, like this is forever. Like a little life.
I like that.
But
Yo had an idea. She writes, my son and I have a notebook. When it's something he don't want to say to my face because my face tells my feelings first, he write it down and allows me to process it. I like that.
I like that,
I love that. That girl, you gave me. Come on with the tips, y'all. Come on with the tips. I
Yeah.
like that. That's a great
Yeah.
tip. Study, like, he said, I'm gonna give mama some time. I'm gonna write this down. She gonna come to this book. She gonna read it, go over it. I like that.
Yeah, I do
like
too.
that.
This
That's
is
a
a
nice
good idea, Miss Yo.
That's a great idea.
So she's saying her son writes down his emotion and the mom comes to visit it later?
Yeah, like something that he don't want to say to her face or is nervous about.
Okay, because that's good. I just hope that this is no shade to this person. It's just that can create a person to be passive aggressive too. Not saying this, but it could,
In general, and just
it could develop someone to become passive aggressive in their relationship as they get grown and become in their own situation. Because now, instead of me talking to my mate, my wife, I'm just gonna leave notes around or just so when that time comes, have more further discussion. Like, I like this approach. This works for both of us. However, I would really encourage that.
I'm sure she follow up with a face.
Yeah.
It follow up with a face to face. Yeah, but I get you on there. I'm very passive aggressive. I don't even be giving I just you like you're a bull. You're a bull.
Taurus.
Yeah, so you like to get your point across and stand on it.
Right now, know what that part too.
That's that man. Tell me right now.
Time is of the essence while we waiting.
That's right.
I mean, I just think giving you space, understanding your spouse, but at the same time, I'm 40. I ain't got time to be doing the 21-year-old stuff. Let's have a conversation. Let's not go to bed angry. Why we gonna just resolve this if we can right now? So come tomorrow morning, we can wake up and be fresh. That's silly.
It's silly.
Oh well, yeah, we're gonna wrap this episode up. We just is talking.
Co-parenting can go on and on and
Yes,
on
sir.
and on.
I'm glad you come visit us back
ma'am.
again.
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully
I
I'll come back and be invited. Hopefully I get
Ooh,
the invitation.
that
Y'all
was
see more
shade.
of Big Slim.
Pow, she got you.
Oh, he did.
That was to the producer. That had nothing to do with me, y'all. Nothing to do with me.
But I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy talking to Miss Erica Kane, the big one, and not the little one. And don't play with them.
Okay, they testing me out here, Lord. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Drop some good co-parenting tips. Drop some tips that you, if you are a single parent, kind of helped you with your kids and co-parenting along the lines. We appreciate that, and we definitely read comment. And thank y'all so much. I love y'all, and I will see you soon. We out.